It's a cold and rainy day and it reminds me so much to my times in London. I used to live in Mayfair, which is very close to Soho, where there are plenty of record stores and I visit them almost daily. But in my way to them, I remember listening to everything that was going on around me. The cars, the people talking, the street musicians, just the city being alive. Somewhere I read Burial's music evokes this kind of landscape, and since he himself is from London, I thought to wait for a cold and rainy day like the one outside my window to listen to him and have a better chance to get that feeling I had back in London. This is me reacting to Untrue by Burial, and also this is the part when I stop talking and start listening. So remember to stay up to the end for the review, and I hope you enjoyed it.
I say you like it.
Certainly that urban feeling. Jesus. Oh my god. This is so ominous. I think he's sampling the static from a vinyl, but damn, just a couple seconds long. What an opener. Alright! This is what I wanted to hear. Oh my god. I feel like I'm inside of a cathedral, in the middle of London precisely. But this is a post-apocalyptic London. Oh my god, yes. I love that ambience. I love it so much. I don't know how he's doing that with the voices. And the sampling of that beat. It sounds offbeat, but on time at the same time, and I don't know how he does it. Now I feel like I just stepped in a haunted house and the ghosts started singing to me. I cannot believe how subtle yet aggressive that production is. It's layer after layer and it's huge. And there it goes. What a song. Alright. From now on we'll call this Burial type beat. Yeah, that atmosphere is beyond dark, but those melodies are so poppy. It almost sounds like if he would sample those from actual pop songs. What the hell? Gotta say I love those random sounds. You got staples, you got bullet shells. There is some ASMR qualities in listening to shells hitting the ground. Especially when there's no gunshot. There it goes. Certainly sounds ghastly. Again. What the hell were those sounds? My god. There is so much tension in this brief moment. I know nothing is going to explode, but it feels like it. It certainly does evoke a city feeling, but like that part of the city I never actually visited. That's pure vinyl static. I can perfectly picture this kind of music in an illegal rave at 4 a.m. in the morning in some part of the London underground that nobody knows of. You just end up there and you don't even know how. There goes the beat. And there goes the song. I'm starting to get the feeling he inspired himself on DJ Shadow and Avalanche's sampling A lot of unknown artists straight from the vinyl records that most people left over in the record stores. Oof. That ambience. That reminds me a little to Kid A, you know, the song Kid A by Radiohead, just the way the voice is processed. That's not all, there's still half a minute to go. I don't even know what that sound is. It sounds like someone running. Where does he get his sounds from?
A hardcore. He's not setting out to hurt people.
More sampling.
Got a lot of love in him.
Seriously, I have no idea what sounds he's using, but at the same time, I feel like I know them all. For example, that sounds like someone rocking a gun, but at the same time sounds like opening a Zippo lighter and trying to match it up. The rhythm is so subtle, but it still's right there, driving the song completely. Oh yes, I needed some dark electronica in my life. And you know what? I might as well just turn off the lights for this one. There is still just enough daylight for you to see me, but the ambience, it just changes completely. I think I just heard the word lighter, and that adds to my theory that this sound is a Zippo lighter being opened. Jesus, that was freaking beautiful. Here we go, here we go. This is making me so emotional. I feel like I'm indeed in McDonald's after receiving bad news, just sitting at the table with a coffee, looking at the window, staring blankly at the crystal with a lot of things going on in my mind, but not being able to express a single one, and not knowing what's coming next. It's slowly fading out with that low end, and I think that's the whole song, but holy damn, that was moving. He's building up so slowly. Oh yes. There's a beat. The main focus of this song is the rhythm, but everything else just makes it such a trance. Ooh, that's an 808. If it wasn't the same song, I'd say that was a transition. Oh my god, it's almost done. After that transition, I barely felt the time passing. I was so caught up on it. My god. Now I feel like I'm in the sewers. And there it goes. This might as well be the poppiest song so far. Just because of those harmonies. They don't sound unnerving at all. Love that rhythm. I love how he does these micro transitions inside the songs. Now this does feel like a shell of light. I can't help but feeling there will be an actual transition from this one to the next one, but no, there's not. Well, never mind the transitions when you got ambience like this. This too is tragic, just like McDonald's. The fact that this is a dog shelter. Oh boy. I swear this track and McDonald's, they are just like dying and ascending to heaven, but somewhere along the way realizing you're actually in purgatory. That must be what those dogs feel. I don't even know where I am anymore. It says dog shelter, but it could be anywhere really. More vinyl static and more ghastly voices. Seriously, this is the burial type beat. Whoa, the way he broke the beat right there. There it is again. It really sounds like he's copy-pasting the song but leaving a very small gap between those copies. Just right now I'm realizing I was in an absolute trance. This record has that ability. It just makes you lose the sense of time completely. Focus on the music. And there it goes. And I think that was a transition. But if not, that's okay. Oh boy, what the hell is that? There is so much happening right now. It sounds like he's sampling note per note manually. Gotta say though, the way it's slightly offbeat helps a lot with the unnerving atmosphere. And right into the last one. Hell yes. Holy damn. This is the poppiest song. Oh, but I needed this. I needed this freshness after all the unnerving sounds I just listened. I love what he's doing here with those bottle sounds. That syncopation is freaking amazing. I think this is my favorite so far. It's like having a rave in Silent Hill. No! That's pretty much all. Jesus, I love this song. Favorite so far, absolute favorite. I wish it was so much longer. Untrue by Burial, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the more I listen to Untrue, the less I know what's going on, but the more I'm captured by it. There is a feeling throughout this whole record that's so unnerving, so cold, but also so cozy if that's even possible. The landscapes Burial evokes with this record are meant for the city, yes, but the London he pictures is a difficult one to get the idea of if you haven't lived there for at least a couple of years. I haven't, but when I listen to Untrue, I feel what it must be like. One thing I notice because of this feeling is how the samples are not random at all. That empty case, those staples, and those ghastly voices are meant to give certain atmosphere and trigger a certain response. It's not a fight or flight response, but more like a memory, like that gray and cloudy day you decided to spend outdoors because there was nothing better to do at home. You roam around the city watching everything that's going on, but not knowing where you're going really, simply walking around and exploring the parts you've probably never been to before. On a different matter, I learned Burial did use some samples from songs and video games, which is nowadays a very popular practice. What surprises me the most is how he did it several years before it became a standard of production, and especially how he creates something completely different and atmospheric with those same kind of sounds. So when other people make it evident when they do it, Burial's way is much more subtle, like if he was trying to create landscapes instead of songs. That's what I like the most about this record, how it doesn't feel like a record but a sound trip, as if you wouldn't need to leave the house to visit the heart of London. This time I only added 3 songs to my library, but don't get me wrong, Untrue is by no means a 3 out of 13 for me. This record is a very personal experience that has to be listened as a whole. That's why I'd rather not add the whole thing, but listen to it when the mood is right. That being said, I would give it an 8 out of 10 just in case you were wondering. And so, that was my reaction/review of Untrue by Burial. Tell me, what do you think about this record? Don't forget to leave it in the comments. If you like what you see, you can always subscribe, or if you'd like to watch more, you got this playlist where you'll find all of my reactions. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tony Whitburn, and I'll see you in the next one.